Hey, my name is Drew Boa, founder of Husband Material, where I help men outgrow porn. Today, we are talking about how to break up with porn, specifically through writing a letter. Now, I understand that outgrowing porn and leaving it in the past is not easy or simple. It's a messy process. And at the same time, there can be moments of breakthrough. There can be milestones that you look back on and say, something changed there. I may not be who I could be or who I should be right now, but I'm not who I once was because something happened that was important, that was healing. There can be freedom, even if that freedom is not complete. And I have found that one step you can take that has helped many men is writing a breakup letter to porn. Now, maybe you've already broken up with porn and it hasn't been in your life for a long time, but there are certain sexual fantasies that still have a pull on you, that still feel like they have a place in your life. Or maybe there's a person, a past relationship that doesn't feel fully resolved. Maybe you continue to go back to that person in your mind as if you still have some kind of bond with them. Well, writing a breakup letter can apply to those situations too. In this episode, I want to teach you how to write a breakup letter, specifically to pornography. When we were little boys, porn was our pacifier, and now we're learning to outgrow it, to break up with it, to let go of that attachment. And writing a breakup letter can help with that. I want to be very clear that this is not meant to be a promise or some kind of purity pledge to vow that I will never go back to porn again. We are never, ever, ever getting back together. That's not really what I'm looking for, because that kind of approach is actually part of the frustrating, exhausting battle that I'm trying to help you eliminate from your life. Because most people trying to quit porn are doing so in a cycle of shame, fear, and control. I will never do it again. That's a kind of perfectionism that's ultimately rooted in shame. Or fear and control. Knowing the negative consequences of porn and trying as hard as you can to control it, suppress your sexuality. That's not what this is about. As you write this breakup letter, don't look at it as a promise. Look at it as a boundary. You are setting a boundary with porn, just like you would set a boundary with a toxic person that you need to move away from in your life. And when you set a boundary, you're not doing it based on shame, fear, and control. You're doing it based on integrity and self-respect. Moving from this ambiguous, open relationship with porn, on again, off again, love-hate relationship, you are making a decision that between you and porn, there is no longer an open relationship where you kind of break up and then you kind of get back together and it's on again and off again. No, you want to be very clear that this relationship is over. We've broken up, just like you would do with a real person. And if you've never done that before, you need to. I mean, think about it. If you're in a dating relationship and you break up with that person, but you never tell them, is the relationship really over? And if you have a lot of internal conflict over it, this might help you. This might give you a chance to define the relationship, to end the relationship, or at least to enter a new stage where you're not together anymore and there's no more questions or confusions. You've decided to break up. So how do you do that? Here is my 3-step framework for writing a breakup letter to porn or another person or any other unwanted sexual attachment in your life. This should be super easy to remember. 3 words that all start with G: gratitude, grief, and goodbye. Gratitude, grief, and goodbye. Your letter should include these 3 things. That first one, gratitude, might seem counterintuitive. You might think to yourself, wait, what? You're asking me to be grateful to porn, which has been ruining my life? You're asking me to thank pornography? Well, in a way, yes. Really, what I want you to do is provide some validation to the part of you that has been attached to it. Because porn is there for a reason. It has helped you in some way. It has done something for you. And as long as you're in denial about that, you're not being fully honest. You need to tell the truth about the good and the blessing that is within the curse. Yes, pornography is broken. And something can't be broken unless it's beautiful at the core. And the beauty within pornography is our human sexuality, which God made, which is good. And porn did something for you. It activated something in you. You can bless that while also grieving the harm and the heartache. We'll get to that in a moment. In your letter, I recommend starting with that blessing. How has porn helped you? What will you miss about it after you say goodbye and you're going through withdrawals and you're second guessing this in a week or in a month? What will you miss about it? Practice gratitude. Be honest about the role that porn has played in your life. This is not an endorsement of porn. This is not making excuses for yourself. This is being honest about what porn has given to you that you no longer want to receive from porn. After gratitude, the next section of your letter is all about grief. How has porn harmed you? Now, this is not contradicting gratitude. In fact, the whole point of this is to hold gratitude and grief together. The point is not to say, porn, I'm grateful for you, but you've hurt me and I don't like you. The point is also not to say, porn, you've hurt me, but I still really like you. That is the attitude of ambivalence that keeps us in a love-hate relationship with porn. Healing, wholeness, and integration requires us to hold gratitude and grief together. So, after gratitude, you move into grief and name the ways that porn has harmed you, the ways it has damaged your brain, the ways it has poisoned you, even from a young age. Grieve the way that the $100 billion industry of porn exploited your sexuality when you were a young boy and set you up to objectify others as an adult. Grieve, lament, mourn, rage. Let it all out. Reflect on how porn has hurt those you love. Reflect on what you've lost. Relationships, opportunities. This is the part of the letter where you're allowing yourself to fully face the consequences of what porn has done to you and what you have done to yourself and what you have done to others through your attachment to porn. And after you've had a chance to name those negative consequences, you might also reflect on what you will gain by saying goodbye to porn. As you grieve what you have lost, dare to dream about what freedom from porn will allow you to do. How will your life and the lives of the people you love be so much better when you have fully broken up with porn? Cast that vision for yourself. Now, at this point in your letter, you've had a chance to express gratitude and grief, and now it's time to end by saying goodbye. Make yourself very clear. This can be simple. Break up with porn. Say it. And include some statements about what this will mean. What are you removing yourself from in order to support this breakup? Maybe you need to remove access to certain things. Or maybe you need to give yourself space from the places where you and porn used to connect. Think about it just like you would break up with a person. When you stop seeing them, sometimes there are implications for what you need to do in order to keep yourself safe, in order to support this important decision. So there you have it. Gratitude, grief, and goodbye. If it would be helpful for you to have all of this written down in a worksheet with some structure and guidance for how to write your breakup letter to porn, then go down in the link in the show notes and you'll find a worksheet that I created for you to help you do this. I also want to give you a real life example from the man who gave me the idea for this episode. He wrote a breakup letter to porn and I thought it was really powerful. Here's a small piece of what he wrote. Porn, you have been there for me for so many years as my way to escape the pain inside. The time has come for our relationship to end. You have deceived me to think our connection would help my feelings of invalidation and powerlessness. The truth is, we were never really friends. So this is the end. I have found something better. The power I need is inside me. The value I seek is inside me. I've been made in the image of God. I am a beloved son. In me, he is well pleased. Just as the Father loves Jesus, he loves me. This is such an incredible privilege. So today, I choose life and freedom in Jesus. I will continue my journey of caring for the broken parts inside of me, showing them love, curiosity, care, and connection. Jesus died for me, so I can have freedom from you. This is just one example. And this is a rather short episode with a big assignment. So I invite you to take some time, get out some paper and a pen, or sit down with a document and write your breakup letter to porn. And after you do, please share it. Let's join one another in this important step of our healing. Go inside the Husband Material community at husbandmaterial.com/community and let's share our letters together. Don't forget, I've created a worksheet to help you engage in gratitude, grief, and finally, to say goodbye. Always remember, my friend, you are God's beloved son, and in you, he is well pleased.